Hi, Jeremy here from Gearheads Magazine, and we're rolling here in the new 2013 Ford Fusion Hybrid Energi model. It is a hybrid car, 2-liter gas-powered motor with an electric motor. We have a battery in the back. We do plug in at the end of the day when the battery is depleted, and through regenerative braking, we can replenish the battery reserve, which when you use that, though, you have much more gas motor application to augment that small reserve in the battery. I'm going to talk a little bit about this car from an enthusiast point of view, because that's frankly who we are. It's nicely styled, has a very nice sporty interior. The Ford Sync technology in this car is quite good. Integrates with my iPhone very easily. There's a lot to like about this car, but then again, there's also a lot of things that, well, 3 things in particular that I'm not particularly crazy about. We're just leaving White Rock here. We're taking a nice little drive in the country, and it's a lot of green around us, and this is a green car, and frankly, for people that are really interested in hybrids and want to have an eco-friendly car, this may be right up their alley. But like I said, I'm an enthusiast, and this really hasn't touched me where I want to be touched when it comes to being an enthusiast. The chassis in this car, very numb, very plush, wafting. Actually, I was going through a roundabout yesterday, and the car was not stable at all. Very, very soft, and almost feels like it's floating through corners. Turn in is not even there. I mean, you can barely feel anything coming back through the wheel. My second gripe about this car is the enormous battery that's taking up our trunk. I was reading another journalist from another blog, and he was saying that this car's cubic space in the trunk was 1.1 cubic feet smaller than a Hyundai Sonata or a Camry hybrid. And interestingly, in his article, he said that 1.1 cubic feet he didn't think was really going to turn buyers off of this car and really make much of a difference. Well, I can tell you, for me, that 1.1 cubic feet, it really does make a big difference. We'll show you a photo of the trunk either online or when Ron does his walk-around video of this car, and you'll see that there just isn't a lot of space back there. You can get a golf bag in there, but you're only going to probably have your putter and a couple of drivers. You're not going to be taking the full kit, and I can assure you of that. So we've touched on the lack of trunk space. We've touched on the really not enthusiast-based chassis, which, granted, this car's not aimed at enthusiasts, but that's kind of a shame because it's got a lot going for it in looks and like I say, the interior fit and finish, the styling. With a nice chassis, this car would really be very interesting. I am going to talk about the third thing, though, and that is the battery range that we have here. We've got about 34 kilometers range. Now, for me, when I commute to work in the morning, because I do have a day job, I'm using up that whole battery by the time I get to work. And I do spend some time on the freeway, so that contributes to it. So, for me, that's a little disappointing. I'd like to see a little bit more range. I mean, you plug the car in when you get to work or when you get home, and you can recharge that battery, and it recharges relatively quickly. I think we're looking at about a 4 to 6 hour duration to charge the battery. But the 2-liter motor that is in this car, although it somewhat seamlessly assists the electric motor in a variety of different driving applications, at times it really does sound like a tractor motor trying to bust through the hood. It's not a pleasant sound, and honestly, I find it off-putting. So, the balance for me at $47,000, which is what this car sticker's at, I don't know. I'm not convinced that this would be at the top of my list. Again, though, there are a lot of things I like. I didn't mention the Ford Sync big fan of that. It's easy to use, works well with my iPhone. It's a great feature, but going back to the three things that I dislike, I honestly can say if I'm going to be buying a hybrid, I'm going to look around. I'm going to look at other competitors, because this one for me, I just don't think it really ticks all the boxes for me anyway.